Let me just see this here.
Okay. This one. Alright, this one is when Kieren broke his arm. He broke his forearm, both bones in the forearm, swinging on a soccer goal. Where this was.
That's what I did.
It was nearby anyway. He was swinging on a soccer goal, and he was up on top of it, and as he swung, his weight was too much and he couldn't hold on, and so he somersaulted in the air and down on his arm and snapped it, and did not say anything. He whimpered. That was all. Tough ass. And we got called over and you could see the bones like this. Yep. So off to the hospital.
Kieren.
Okay. This is when he broke his arm the second time.
All this.
Kieren doesn't like his arm. Superfluously.
No, Ethan doesn't like his eyelids.
Bloody thing. Would behave differently. Okay.
The green whistle.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Can you just look at the screen and control it using the laptop? As in look at the TV screen?
All that week
So just
was
move it
from
on.
this.
Yeah.
And now.
Yeah. All deleted.
It is good.
Thank you.
I really
Will it
like,
work if we just watch it off the laptop?
I really like.
Looks like it's loading. There you go.
Hey!
This one got nothing here.
Yeah, 'cause you've
Anyway.
screen.
Sorry?
Oh, you want to tell them where we were and what we're doing?
Yep. So that was at Southland, and Kirsty wasn't filming him, she was talking to someone, and someone said, Kieren's about to jump. And then next thing he's through, and so she says, back up, you know, and so he goes back, and you'll hear him say, tells one of the kids to move out of the road so he can do a bigger jump.
What is he jumping,
He's gonna jump,
Ian?
you know.
Why is he jumping? What is he jumping on?
Jumping over a puddle.
This is the youth group that at our church, and I was a leader, and that's why I was there. So, and I was filming generally. So there was just other kids jumping, and Kieren said he could jump. Can I say that again?
Encouragement as well. Yeah. Oh, it is a big puddle.
Whoa, big
Oh my God.
Oh, I don't think I want to watch this. It didn't hurt that much.
I don't know what's this. Don't jump!
Didn't quite make it, he says. With a broken bone, you watch, he goes and picks up his jumper with his left hand.
How does he know?
See the hand?
Oh, that's so
He told us when he got home, his arm was sore. And I said, yes, you're going to the hospital. The meat glowed red on the barbie each night when our Kieren was a boy. He thought it desecration to be vegan, what a joy.
Yeah.
His soul was stirring with an atheist inside. Could he keep it in? Heaven knows he tried. Didn't let us in, didn't let us see, was the good boy he always wanted to be. Concealed feelings didn't let us know. Well, now we know, let it go. Oh, don't hold it back anymore. Let your donation go up online to help the poor. He sure cares about climate change. Let a buck rage on. The libs never bothered him anyway. Our persistence can make him seem so tall, and the folks that once controlled him can't get to It's time to see what he can do. Okay. Rules for him. He's free. Go up you go. He's one with wind and sky. Have a go. What a blow. You'll never see him cry. What a man. He was so brave. Yet the pain raged on.
Maybe you gotta close it at the bottom right.
Okay. My God, he's flying through the air into the ground. The pain is spiraling through bony fractures all around. And one thought crystallizes, don't live life so fast. I prefer a wise crash, leave plasters in the past. Let it go, and just leave the brakes to dawn. Let it go, that teenager is gone. Here he stands, 21 today. Bring your road rage on. Vegans never bothered me anyway. Thank you. You missed most of the videos.
Thank God.
And more classes.
What about
Kieren
Ian?
Watkins?
What about the video?
Oh, we might have one more video for you.
The video. What?
Now, this video,
What is it?
if you think that took a lot of preparation, this is when I started 17 and a half years ago. And that's serious. Yes, I filmed this 17 and a half years ago.
You by yourself?
You're gonna give me more suggestive clues about what's on screen, Charlie?
No, I wouldn't want to spoil it. Although I thought that was Chomsky. Who was that? Was that St. Peter? Who?
Peter Seaman.
Oh, of
Who was the
course.
guy with the moustache though? The
Grouch.
Groucho Marx. Wise Crouch.
Don't watch out for that.
Okay,
Watch out for it.
hopefully it's...
Of course it was Peter.
Hopefully it's...
A Kieren, a
Everyone-
retrospective.
Okay,
title.
so listen carefully. We'll be a little quiet. Ready?
What's this technology?
I'm ready.
hold it, Kieren. Come here, hold it.
Hey, Kieren,
Look at mommy.
let's see your hair. Turn around so we can see your hair. Beautiful. Turn around a bit more. Turn all around.
What's your favourite colour?
Let's see, what have you got on that's pink? Oh, you look so cute. Oh, it's a beautiful.
There's a little pink thing in
And what colour's your nail polish, Kieren? That's nice too. Let's have a good close up. Can you do a big smile? Lovely.
Ethan!
This was a setup. I think.
That was the girl that came in there that you saw. She lived across the road, and she was the youngest, and so she used to have Kieren and Ethan as someone to play with, to dress up, you know. So come back all
You just
dolled up.
wait. You still want a couple of years time. There'll be some video that'll surface.
Oh, she's gone. I think she's gone by the time he was
All right. Is that comment?
Yeah.
I'll get you.
Is that all? Is that
Yep.
all from
Yep,
you?
yep. That's
Okay.
it.
All right. Well, now your audience, your attention is directed to the front of the
Do you want to do your little speech from here or while we're
Oh,
here? Or
actually,
what?
I suppose I might as well go over there. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought I was doing it here, and you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Am I having the blue background? Or maybe I can have the green screen, and then I can do amazing things.
I don't know, use blue screen too.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Now, Kieren, here we are to celebrate. Here we are to celebrate you becoming 21. You're already an adult, but for some reason 21 is still important.
Right. Good excuse for a party.
And so we celebrate you. And Kieren's birthday was, as you know, on the 15th of July, and then following that we had a family party for him, at which everybody else in the family gave him their wonderful handmade cards and presented them to him in turn. And I didn't have mine ready for the first time in history. I was not ready, but I pledged to Kieren that I would be ready by the time his party rolled around. So I have kept my word, and I would like to present you with your birthday card.
All right.
Look at the craftsmanship.
Should I read out all the things on the list?
You're the birthday boy, you have freedom.
Kind, K-Dog, Kitty, Cool Cat, King of the Kids, Kick-Ass, King Cook, tennis player.
Oh,
Kick-Ass tennis player,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Internet Illuminati, iTunes Idolizer, Industrious Investigator, Endearing, Exercise Enthusiast and #1 push-ups partner, Energetic, Ex-Eater, meat, dairy, eggs, Responsible Radical, Rippling Rectus Abdominis, Redoubtable Repairer of Bike Tubes, and Relentless.
Redoubtable and relentless.
Right. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Because every second week he has another puncture in his bike tyre. So
Yeah.
getting pretty good at it.
It's all those nails they scatter on.
Yeah. The Charlie Pickering thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. A rising researcher, eloquent ethicist, entertainer or exhausting expounder, evangelistic atheist, endlessly effervescent, not to be tangled with, notoriously knowledgeable, spelled with an N, never boring, and natural nice guy.
Aww.
And Kieren hits 21, very good. And in glitter glue, nice touch. Oh my lord.
You don't have to read out that. You just show the picture.
I'll show the picture. Me on a unicycle playing tennis.
Winning the Wimbledon.
And hitting 21, see?
Oh.
It's double.
Well done.
And I'll save the writing for later.
Yes, you do
Because that
that.
looks like
You do that.
a lot of job. Thank you, Mum.
You're welcome.
Just a sec. Just now that I got the computer working again,
Oh,
you can see the videos that should have been there
all right.
during the song. So
Oh, we'll have a short intermission of my
Yeah.
speech.
just right there. We're not going to see it on TV.
Oh.
Oh.
This is in Vanuatu.
What was that?
That was Kieren doing rope swing.
What is that?
Paris.
Oh,
Yeah.
sick.
That's amazing.
In Thailand?
Yeah, Thailand. You get it. You can see some idea how high it is.
Oh wow.
I will stop that.
Side video. Come on.
Oh, that's good.
Just watch the
Oh,
boat
remember
start.
It's called rap jumping.
Oh wow. He runs like you. What's that?
Jumping down a village.
Yep.
Yeah.
What can he do?
Oh,
Eat
that's
meat.
half of it. That's the rest of the song. Song wasn't long enough. Yep, that's it.
Okay, back to me. Okay, well. Yes, you're wondering if you're in for it, are you?
Kind of.
Oh, it is
Well,
an embarrassing story.
We all know that Kieren is pretty cool and awesome, otherwise you wouldn't all be here for him. So, and thanks for that. Thanks for
Here.
coming and being here. So, he's kind, he's thoughtful, he's generous with both his time in doing things for others and his money in giving to charities. He's talented in both academically and in sporting pursuits. And pretty gung-ho as he does it. He's always been pretty gung-ho, as you have seen. Well, that's as you see him now and when you got to know him. But do you know anything about his past?
We know a little, I reckon.
Oh,
Yes,
right.
a little. Well, yes, when Kieren was a little tacker, he might have surprised you with some of the things he said and did. Do you want to hear some?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought you were
Yay! Okay. This is a book that we started when Ethan and Kieren were just little kids, like, you know, really little, when they were just old enough to talk and when they had their first, I don't know, their first, I mean, their kids are funniest in their first few years, aren't they? Because they come out with some really incredible things. And so it tailed off after a few years. And then we got Morgan and Catherine coming along who had a whole new crop of funny things to say. So, but the first part of this exercise book is filled with things that Ian and I recorded that Ethan and Kieren said and did, which we would never have remembered if we didn't write them down at the time. You think you're going to remember, but you really don't. So, we wrote some of them down so that we would capture them for eternity. So, this first one, this is when Kieren first began to demonstrate a sharp understanding of the finer points of cosmology and the physics of light transmission. Yes. July 4th, 1997. Ian explaining to Kieren, nearly 3 now, using a school project brochure with pictures about things in the sky and outer space. when talking about satellites. Ian, remember when we saw a satellite moving across the sky and it looked like a star? It was a long way away. Kieren, get a torch! Okay. When Kieren first demonstrated his impatience and frustration with people who don't give him their undivided attention because they are trying to do something else at the time or multitask. Kieren sitting on, this is October 1997, I think. Yes, so he's about the same age. Kieren sitting on my lap and trying to talk to me while I was wanting to do something else, either read or watch TV. Frustrated at not getting my attention, he says, putting his face in my face,
Good on you.
"Mummy, don't you have a brain?"
Pertinent question.
Are you sure you want to stand by that?
A little bit. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay, this is a little bit longer one. Let me think. Which one will I do first? Okay. Okay, we'll just do this one first. Now, when Kieren began to assert his ability to command attention and the limelight for himself and not be always overshadowed by and subordinate to his verbally superior older brother, Ethan. So, stay with me here. Kieren is asserting himself in terms of knowing things that others don't know, whereas previously everyone tells him things, especially Ethan, who enjoys explaining things to him, and his response was always, "Oh," in an acknowledging tone. However, in his eagerness to assert his knowledge, he forgets to have something to say and makes it up as he goes along. When asked to explain the gibberish mix, he starts to repeat it and then stops and says disgustedly, "Oh, you just don't understand." Other times he just lies outright, making up a story which Ethan believes. Hook, line and sinker. E.g., Kieren said he had been up a lane in Geelong, which we were driving past. Ethan is determined, as Ethan is, still like that. Ethan is determined to find out all about it and ask questions. And Kieren just keeps him strung along, but can't maintain a consistent, coherent story. That's the thing about lying, isn't it? Ethan gets frustrated trying to unravel the inconsistencies, which he believes are due to him misunderstanding things, as Kieren has never lied in such a detailed way before, and Ethan has no idea that he is doing so. Kieren also enjoys playing I Spy with colours in the car, but I suspect he says no to everyone's guess just because he likes the attention. The answer is often unintelligible in these cases. Other times he plays it straight and we can guess the answer. And this is a bit later. I decided it was time to put Ethan out of his misery by telling him that Kieren is telling a story, just like a story in a book, and that he can ask questions and Kieren will tell him more about the story. This face-saving explanation avoided accusations of lying and gave Kieren permission to use his imagination and storytelling, which he enjoys.
That's one.
Yeah. And last one. This is when Kieren first demonstrated his gift for tact, diplomacy, and saying just the right thing at just the right time to just the right people. Perhaps this is what later led him to read Dale Carnegie's famous book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. This is true, he did read it. So again, a little bit long. But here we go. This is, Mother's Day 2000. So Kieren's like 6 years old. This is Mother's Day. Okay. And we're at church, at St Martin's Uniting Church worship service. And it's a children's address, because the minister always does a special segment for the kids. And she gets all the kids to come up on the stagey bit and gathers them around, you know, and has a bit of a chat and engages them in conversation to, you know, to try and demonstrate some kind of point, and gets them to, you know, respond with their answers. And because it's Mother's Day, she had the children lined up, sitting on the carpeted steps at the front, as I said, and was asking them to tell her what was special about their mums. Because they didn't all volunteer, she was asking them to name. Oh, she was asking them by name to offer something. Responses were as follows: she gives me breakfast every day. She loves us. She takes me to the shops. She gives me good presents. Barbara, the minister, came to Ethan and asked him to nominate something, but Ethan just was grinning and didn't say anything. Kieren, however, was leaning over to Ethan and whispering something in his ear. Ethan says Kieren was telling him something that he should say, but he didn't get up to saying just what. Just then, Barbara, minister, noticing Kieren's input to Ethan, turned to him and said, "It looks like Kieren has thought of something very special about his mum. What is it, Kieren?" Kieren piped up in a clear, loud voice, "She's fat!"
You make some context before.
Yes, I keep going. At this, Ian, myself and the rest of the congregation cracked up laughing. When this died down, Barbara explained, for the benefit of anyone who didn't already know, that the reason I was fat was because I was pregnant. And not only that, pregnant with twins. And at that stage I was about 27 weeks, so, you know, big as the side of a bus. Just as a postscript, after the service, a lot of people came up to me to tell me how funny it was. And a few of them said to me in a concerned voice that they hoped I wasn't offended by Kieren's comment. Because it was just a child's innocent way of expressing the situation. I assured them that I found it as hilarious as everyone else. So there was just a few little stories from Kieren's younger days.
And I'll add that every time we went to church and the children's address, it was a combination of worrying what the hell they were going to say and just waiting for those ridiculous things that they come out with that you never know. It was always fun.
Yeah. So anyway, just want to say how proud we are, Kieren, and how you kind of turned out, and you know, you were a credit to your family and
your upbringing.
And
his upbringing.
And yeah, we love you to bits, and we can't wait to see what you do with the rest of your life. Over to you.
Do I have anything to say?
Do you want me to cue the music?
Yeah, I've just sung. Let's see what I wrote when I was sober 5 hours ago. So, hey everyone, I'm glad you could all make it here. With your exceptionally busy social lives, I appreciate you guys picking me as your #1 priority. A big thank you to Mum and Dad for financing the food, and Mum for creating the photo board up there, and Dad for creating the visual masterpiece of home video and song. I'll just interject here and say that as I was a kid, Mum and Dad used to torture me and Ethan, claiming they were going to bring up all these home videos when I was 21, and I was shocked, and I schemed to destroy all the videos so this could never happen, but I didn't manage to get the goal to do it, so alas. And yes, I'm so grateful to you guys, to have you guys as friends, and if you weren't so special to me, you wouldn't be here. Well, mostly. There's a couple plus ones here. But if you weren't so special, then you wouldn't be here. So stay cool. Yeah. If you know me well enough or see me unguarded, then you'll know that sometimes I laugh randomly at things that are popping into my head. And most of them...
Really? When did that happen?
and it really does give me a lot of joy, and you guys are really contributing to that. Here's to more memories, and hope the alcohol doesn't wash it away. Thank you.
I think all that remains is for us to have a cake
Okay.
and candles and a bit of happy birthday. So let's adjourn to the table with the cake.
Man, that's jumping video is so like, we didn't know what happened.
Anybody want to help with the
And
cake?
he just gets up and walks like nothing happened.
That's right. And I only realised back at the film, we noticed look at that left arm.
And third.
Just flicks
All
it
the
over.
thirds.
And his arm.
You're actually
I know all about
I wasn't asleep. I was just
Oh, sorry, I thought you were. Yeah.
That's
You want me to cry?
No, sorry.
I know that you love me.
I didn't mean to start something that I couldn't finish.
This is the one on the back when I made it.
Otherwise I'll get really
She doesn't feel like she's like you and smack the ground at your
Yeah, that's why I'm just really dangerous to the max.
Okay. There are 21. There are 21 candles on the cake.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we'll have to do it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kieren. Happy birthday to you.
Hip, hip,
Hooray!
hip,
Hooray!
hip.
Hooray!
Alright, let's dig in.
Kieren, that's bad luck for the rest of your life.
You gonna tell them what
And-
cake it is?
Oh, this is peanut butter and Oreo cake I made for my 18th, maybe. Or maybe 19th.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It keeps really well.
Like the donuts.
If you don't have a piece, I won't be shocked.
Alright.
Alright, do you need help?
Plates,
Do I have a...
plates. Have we got enough plates here?
We have plates.
Okay. We're doing that thing with the hot water.
Oh, is it good? Did it work well?
Oh, alright, we got
We'll see how
some
it
old
goes today.
Talk about old.
It's like Swiss cheese.
Well, form an orderly queue.
Well, I'm not going to break the ice.
Extremely calorie dense.
Is that okay? You